Hey everyone, it's Kong again with another episode of Should You Summon. As always, I'm going to be presenting high-level overviews to help you decide whether this banner is worth your hard-earned vouchers and crystals. So this week we've got a raid-up banner featuring Mariandel and Emperor Lovina, running from August 25th to September 7th. As a raid-up banner, you have a 40% chance to get each on-banner character, with the remaining 20% reserved for any other hero in the regular summoning pool. We'll get started with Mariandel. Mariandel is a magical utility character with a variety of magical attacks and built-in healing. You charge up her int and skill damage up to 4 stacks when your other characters use skills. Then, when she uses a skill, she unleashes her stored up energy and heals everyone in the area. Her 3-cost skill is an AoE that hits enemies with a debuff that requires them to use a skill or else they take fixed damage. It also passively gives her +1 unit range, +1 AoE span, and +1 line AoE distance for every 2 talent stacks that she has. She has a 1-cost single-target heal that also grants immunity effects, removes debuffs, and adds buffs, a single target that makes it so the enemy can't move or guard, and an AoE that hurts enemies and strips buffs if they're in water, while simultaneously healing allies and removing debuffs. Her unique equipment is a piece of headgear that helps with her mana stack management, but it's not super essential. She's a member of Yales Legends, buffed by Landius and Sigma, Mythical Realm, buffed by Gizaroth and the Sage of the Trees, and Princess Alliance, buffed by Luna, Shelfaniel, and Christiane. For bonds, she unlocks the defensive bonds for Werner and Lisa, and the attack bonds for Oboro, and the upcoming characters the Wandering Duelist and McLean. She needs Werner for her own defensive bond, and the Sage of the Trees for her attack bond. For content, she's a good all-round mage and healer combo, who has become something of a staple in turtle and stall boxes in Apex Arena. This is definitely helped by the fact that she can be made surprisingly difficult to kill, and she gives you some healing while also being able to contribute damage, so you're not just sitting there in a tank ball not making any progress. Moving right along, we have Emperor Lovina. Emperor Lovina is an all-purpose physical DPS with some single target and some AoE functionality. He has Air Slash, Sun Slash, Sword Soul, and Sword Dance, some normal stuff, and he also has Indomitable for a revive. His 3-cost skill does a hefty 0.44 times AoE burst in a 2-tile radius around him, and inflicts a debuff that causes enemies to take fixed damage that increases the more they move. For every nearby ally, he gets a boost to his damage dealt. When ending his turn, he gets the opportunity to teleport up to 2 allies from within 4 tiles of his current position, and teleport them up to 2 tiles away from their current positions. He then gets a boost to his own mobility after using the teleport. It's not the kind of dynamic playmaking, long-range teleport we're used to. It is fairly limited in terms of the destinations available to you, but it can be great for tactical repositioning, or helping slower units keep up with the tank, or to fix mistakes if you've made some positioning mistakes at the start of a match. The teleport does go on a 4-turn cooldown after using it, so you can't just keep swapping your units around, but it still can come in handy. His unique weapon, coming to global servers in mid-October, is basically a conditional balance blade. As long as you have a faction buff, it increases your AoE span. It also gives teleported allies increased damage and makes your bonus mobility last longer. He's a member of Protagonists, buffed by Matthew and Emperor Lovina, Langrisser Reincarnation, buffed by Ares and Hilda, and Strategic Masters, buffed by Altemuller and Lanford. His faction buff for Protagonists increases damage dealt when entering combat by 12%, and grants an extra 5% on top of that for allies who are within 3 spaces of him. For bonds, he unlocks the defensive bond for Oboro and the upcoming new meta tank, the Lightbringer or Apostle of Light, the new Elma, as well as the attack bond for the upcoming new character Julian. He needs old original Elma for his own defensive bond and old original Ares for his attack bond. For content, the Emperor isn't the most common unit in PvP, but he does bring a lot of utility, particularly mobility, to AoE and rush boxes. He can shuffle people into position at the start of a match, and he can chip in with some pretty strong follow-up himself. Alright, let's move along to the notes for noobs. Mariandel is a decently solid all-purpose healing mage. She can be good in general-purpose PvE, and in a certain style of PvP, and she's starting to become something of a bond unlocker as well. Emperor Lovina is another PvP-focused character who's not an automatic inclusion in every box, but who can definitely contribute depending on your style. So basically both of these characters are for specialist PvP purposes, or for unlocking important bonds, notably Oboro needs both of them. Finally, my usual reminder about upcoming banners. Next week we should be getting a Destiny banner featuring the Saint of the Ark, Shilinka, and Zerida, and the return of the Build-A-Banner workshop. So this new Build-A-Banner allows you to wishlist characters up to and including Ironblood Commander and the Archon of the Moon. So that means Azusa, Oboro, Kaguya, Caroline, and obviously Ashamar and Lostem are off the table. But everyone else who's not a collab unit or a limited unit is fair game. The final week of the update will give us recurring Destiny banners featuring Brenda, Sigma, and Suzette, and Landius, Yulia, and Jugler. And that's going to be it for this episode, so let us know on the Discord or in the comments below whether you've still got the vouchers to attempt summoning here or whether you're skipping. Personally, these are both characters that I wouldn't mind sharding up, but unfortunately, I just feel like I need to keep saving up for that Gintama crossover, so all my vouchers and crystals are under lock and key for now, and I'll just have to shard up Mariandel and Lovina the old-fashioned way. So thanks so much for watching, everyone. I wish you all the best of luck, and I'll catch you in the next Should You Summon. Extra special thanks, of course, go out to our Langrisser tier channel members for generously supporting the channel directly. So shout out to Levitt, Derek Gunderson, Kate Soon, Jared Portela, Jerome Meyer, Shara Ilimarius, and Harambe, and also a special shout out to Death Crystal for subscribing to the Twitch channel as well. Supporting me on Twitch definitely also helps, and I've been doing a few more PvP streams, mostly other people's matches, so if that's something you want me to keep up, definitely let me know. Anyways, bye everyone.